You've probably heard the notion and use it for yourself, my other half, or she or he is my better half, to which is a tremendous detriment to your relationship because if you're not already a whole person, your partner will resent you for it. In this video, I want to talk about insecurity in relationships. Have you ever found yourself insecure in your relationship? What if I told you that there was a way for you to get over it completely? What if I were to tell you that there was a way for you to deserve the relationship that you have right now? And not only in a vague way that I looked over some articles on Google and YouTube to find some people talking about insecurity in relationships, and all I found were vague terms that people throw around, ideas they throw around, and doesn't really help you much. But in this video, I'm going to help you very specifically on how to be able to do that. Even you can call it systematically. A system is anything which when you have an input, you create a specific output. In other words, you put an input, you have an input, and you have a throughput, and then you have an output. That's a system. In other words, if you do something once, you get the next result, and then that result gets the next result. This is called the throughput. And then that result gets the next result, and that result creates an outcome. And when you have a fine system, when you refine your system, a system that works incredibly well, you get the outcome that you like every single time. What if you had that ability to get rid of insecurity in your relationship every single time? Let's begin with insecurity like I defined in the video yesterday, which was your uncertainty about something and your lack of confidence about something. And this notion, when you have insecurity about yourself, is your lack of confidence and uncertainty about yourself. When it's insecurity in your relationship, what is that? Let's define the term so you can solve it easily. Insecurity in your relationship is your uncertainty about the relationship and your lack of confidence in the relationship. Now, I like to say, let's begin with the word confidence. Now, the word confidence is thrown around. People don't actually know what it is. It's an epithet that most people don't understand. Confidence is what you know to be true you can rely upon. If I'm confident I can jump 6 feet, it's not because I imagine or I estimate that I can jump 6 feet. It's because I've demonstrated and proven to myself that before I have jumped 6 feet in the near past, and I'm completely confident that I can do it again. I jumped 6 feet from training yesterday. Therefore, I know for certain, I have certainty, and I have confidence that I can jump 6 feet again today, presuming nothing goes wrong. And so how do you now develop certainty, and how do you develop confidence in your relationship? Let's go over that. The central tenet, if you've heard me say this before, the central tenet of my existence is unconditional love, happiness, and worthy fullness. The central tenet of my existence, my central tenet in relationships, is worthy fullness. Worthy fullness is the same exact definition as deservedness. That's exactly what the central tenet of my existence is. I work at deserving the things that I want. And in fact, I like to say that if you want anything which you don't feel you deserve, you are antithetical to yourself, you are contradicting yourself, contradictions in terms, and you will have something called cognitive dissonance in psychology. Your brain thinks two completely different realities, which create confusion and aggravation and anxiety in your life. So you want to align your mind, align your body, and align your thoughts, align which will communicate itself into the world. How do you have worthy fullness in your relationship, and why would you want that? There's a word, and the word is called, I like to say, I merit my relationship. I'll give you some examples of meriting your relationship. But to merit something is to deserve something. I like to say that when you are in a relationship, you must deserve the relationship, and anything you feel you don't deserve, you'll lose it. Let me say that again. If you're ever in a relationship, if you ever find yourself in a relationship where you don't feel you deserve that relationship, or you deserve to be in that relationship, or you don't deserve that person, you will always fear losing that person to someone who does deserve it. You will always fear losing that relationship to someone who does deserve that relationship. And that fear will inevitably cause the destruction of your relationship. It's called self-sabotage. You will take on behaviors which will sabotage, without your knowing, without your awareness, that relationship. So, what does it look like to merit a relationship? Have you ever been told friendships take work? Here's the truth, and you know this to be true, that friendships don't take any work. Because friendships are presumed to be merited. Let me say that again. You presume friendships as merited relationships. Your relationship with that person exists because it merits its existence. What do I mean? Your relationship with your friend is not because you give them, hey, I give you the title friend, therefore we have a particular dynamic. No, you have a friend because you take no effort, you do nothing to work at that relationship. The relationship merely exists because both of you appreciate each other, both of you enjoy, love, and adore and admire each other, and love being with each other. I'm not even talking about sexual friendships. I'm talking about just friendships in general. The only reason you have them is not because it's coerced or forced or mandatory. The reason you have them is because you love having them. You love having them around. You love being with them. Now, go the other route, the relationship route. Now let's involve sex. Now, you presume, and you've heard this before, that relationships take work. And the reason why relationships take work is because you presume, I want you to listen to this, watch this. You presume that relationships do not merit their existence. Therefore, you had to work at it continuously to merit it. In other words, you have to continually work at the relationship so that it deserves its existence. I want you to think how absolutely insane that is. So, why don't anybody merely have friendships which are sexual, which are people they enjoy, and inevitably they become best friendships? In which case I say, if you're in a loving, unconditionally loving relationship with someone who you don't consider as your best friend, you're in the wrong relationship. Relationships take zero work. Relationships take no work at all if you merit it. And so here's what I would encourage you to do. Be a whole person already. Go into every relationship as a whole person. What is a whole person? Someone who only seeks the validation of the results of their own decisions. We talked about the other day about the castes of people, the 3 kinds of people, and then the super caste. I'm not going to go over it today, but if you want to read more about it, go to Amazon, read the book Relationships 101 by Ron John, Ronejohn. And then you'll find the caste of people. There's the last caste, which is the independent, which is the person who is a whole person. And this person is solely validated by the results of their decisions. They're not validated by anyone. They're not even validated by their partner. They're validated by their own decisions. And this is supremely attractive to anyone. And when you enter a relationship, a friendship, becoming a sexual relationship, as a whole person, you become incredibly attractive. People gravitate towards you, whether or not it's sexual. People will love you, adore you, and admire you because you are completely yourself. You're completely comfortable with yourself. When you enter a relationship where you have 2 whole individuals, as a whole person, if you're a whole person, you will find disgust or resentment with people who don't find themselves whole or self-secure. And so you won't be in that relationship. And you will attract to you people that are whole people. When you have 2 whole individuals in a relationship, you're in a relationship which is with 2 whole individuals, not 1/2 and 1/2. It's 2 whole people. What I would encourage you to do is I want you to enhance yourself so that if you were to clone yourself, you would love to have your clone, if you were to meet your clone who's exactly the same character as you would love to be their best friend. If you don't immediately say, I would love to meet the same exact person as me and I would love to be their best friend, whatever the reason you don't want to be their best friend, enhance those parts of your life, whether it's your ability to speak, your ability to connect, your ability to be sexually skilled, your ability to connect with people, to be entertaining and fun. Enhance yourself in those ways. I'll see you next time. Bye.